All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Appreciate you all for showing up for this session. The past two that some of you have attended have been more of an overview of the product, more of a product demo. I'm going to dive into a couple specific things that we're excited to launch. And then what I want to do is turn it over to Bridget McHale. Bridget McHale is VP of Sales at Ascentium. She's a partner of ours and has created a fantastic program to allow us to put all the hardware all in one. And I'll let her talk about the details. But first and foremost, just wanted to thank you all for being here. Appreciate you all attending. And again, this should be a shorter presentation. Like I said, I'm just going to focus on some of the new releases we have and some of the exciting upcoming features as well. And so with that, I'm going to share my screen and jump right into it. All right. Here. All right. So you all can see the screen now. Let's see. All right. So with the new live map that we have, this is the first launch of something significant that we had created, based upon reseller feedback. And so, as you all know, feedback is adamantly important to us. And so, um, you know, everything that you're going to see, everything that we produce is driven by requests. And so this is a true reseller, Jungo partnership. And so the first one is the map that you're seeing right now. So the live map was created by a fantastic dev team in a matter of days. And of course, we've iterated on it over the past month or so. But what we're excited about is the dynamic ability to see certain information from the live map. And so at the bottom of the live map itself, you can see what the different icons mean. And so with my fleet here, you can see that there's a few disconnected cameras, as well as a recent completed trip. And so this will show, and this again shows all your fleets if you see them in motion. And one of the ones I want to highlight is the unsafe trip. And so this is 10 plus events in 10 minutes, or at least 3 phone use events. So this is important. Again, going back to wanting to give you the information up front so that you don't have to continuously dive in to find the information you're looking for. So this is part of that. So if you had an unsafe trip, you would see that icon with the green arrow and the glow around it. One of the things I'll point to as well is active fault code. So active fault codes will tie into what I'm going to discuss that we're launching, currently finishing up on testing and launching within the next 30 days. So for now, I want to focus on the live map and the details that you can get from it. And so if I click on this, you can see all the fantastic data from this vehicle, as well as who the driver is, what was an event, the last event that happened here, when was that trip, when did that trip occur, and how many events happened with that. And so from this, you can click into the different vehicles, the vehicle itself, as well as view the event that happened. So you can see the phone in hand, set down. So fantastic for just reviewing that last thing. But if you want to actually dive into the trip, you can click right here, see what that trip looked like, and the events associated with it. And so very handy, very, very easy to just find the information that you want right off the bat. As well as being able to dive into the vehicle from here as well that's associated with that. And so when you're looking at the vehicle information, and this leads me to the next part of it, which is from here, typical vehicle information. You've got your make, your model, year, type, whether it's electric or gas, information here. But what's interesting is that those of you that are familiar with this platform, there's a new area here called health. Now, you'll only see this when you have either a connected application via our partnership um, to import this information without a dongle. And yes, I did say without a dongle. We have the ability to get diagnostics information. I don't have a dongle in my car at all. It's done through partnerships, and we're able to import my vehicle's information without having any added hardware or added cost. Now, this information, you can see battery level. If this was a gas vehicle, you would see the equivalent. So you would see your wiper levels, your tire pressure, of course, for that. You'd see all of your relevant vehicle diagnostics for specific gas vehicles, fuel level, where it's at right now, how miles consumption or miles remaining, as you see down here, remaining range for mine. Target charge limit, where I set it to 90%. So some very valuable information. As we're gaining this information and insight, we're going to continue to expand how we utilize this data in the future. And so we do have we're in the process right now of testing a handful of Bluetooth dongles, but that connection's worked. And so what we're again trying to limit is the additional cost of a SIM for a dongle or another third-party person that company that you're using for the dongle. We want to complete that all-in-one solution and allow it either to be, AI camera centric, or if you need a dongle or need that because it's an older vehicle, we can provide that Bluetooth connected dongle for your fleets. And so we're trying to move forward in a sense of saving tons of costs all around this system. We feel that at this point the camera is starting to lead conversations, and our hopes is to provide you with the best solution when that happens, as well as the best platform for you all to start building a business off of. And so, as you can see, we started with just a dash cam about a year ago with some specific information, and we've expanded. Now we're including diagnostics. We've got a revamped report section, which is fantastic. Which leads me to my next topic, which is the reports tab, which is new for some of you as well. And so you can see on the left-hand side here, the reports. These are the typical reports that you had seen, the first one and the bottom two, that you would see in each of the different sections, whether it's a vehicle trip section, a vehicle safety section, or a driver safety section. You had to dig into the individual sections to find those reports hidden behind the vehicles and the driver safety sections. We've raised those up on top of the fact that we've added a really cool dynamic report. And this is our vehicle stops report. And so what this does is generates a stops report for the time period. But what's fantastic is we've also included the Google map so that you can see, and this again is a customer request, so that you can again see where that was physically. So construction companies make sure that their employees are on site. Sometimes they don't always, in residential, they don't always park at the particular address. And so this allows you to validate that is near, that they're parking at or near that address. So it's really fantastic. You can use this for a ton of services, but just that visual inspection to ensure, okay, it is by our work site, or say a pest control company. Yes, they did stop specifically in that location, maybe not at the house, but by the house. So these are just some of the changes that we're making in real time, that you're seeing these added time and time again to expand our capabilities. But again, the most exciting thing that I think we're doing right now is that diagnostics section, is being able to add the driver or the vehicle diagnostics to help our small businesses, to help our customers, even on the consumer side, to manage their vehicles effectively without having to dive in through a bunch of information or having to open a different portal or whatever that is. We're trying to really bring you that complete solution, whether it requires a dongle because it's an older vehicle, or we can do it without a dongle. Again, this is all pricing will be out within 30 days. This is all just on the precipice of being launched. You can see it working clearly here with my vehicle. And so it's really exciting times for us as we continue to move forward. And with that, I want to turn it over to Bridget to talk about how we can now sell all of this in a much easier way. And so I appreciate all your attention to this. Please put some questions. If you have questions, put it into the question section, and we'll answer those questions at the end. And if you have questions for Bridget, do the same as well. But I appreciate you all showing up. I appreciate the time, and we're really excited. So please reach out with any questions, and looking forward to showing you more in the future. All right, Bridget.
All right, thank you so much. And let me just be able to share my screen. All right. You guys should be able to see my screen now. So I'm really excited for this collaboration with Jungo and working with each of you guys. I've been in this business for 20 years. I'm going to date myself. There was Teletrack back in the day. I have handled that program in my previous life, and excited for kind of where this is going now. So a little bit about why financing, or why we want to do this, right? We're trying to help you guys close more deals faster and easier. When we have a platform fee or a monthly reoccurring fee and we have some hardware, how can we bundle it together? How can it increase the size for your sales? The biggest part really is that accelerate the cash flow for you and just build stronger connections. So we're going to kind of dig into what's in it for you. A little background about Ascentium Capital. We were founded in 2011. We came to this in the technology space. Our first partner was a venture capital of Paul Allen. So we really understand the software space along with a piece of equipment, or just software only, which really allows us to see how it's a vital piece to a business and how we can help you deliver that as a one monthly low price. We were bought in 2020 by Regions Bank. So we are bank owned. We are a division of Regions Bank now, which just provides a lot of stability. So as you guys, we're going to talk about how this, but a lot of people wonder, like, what's a good client to pitch this to? And so we'll go anywhere. Our minimum transaction size is $5,000, and I'll show you how you get to $5,000. How many units do you need to get there? Up to 2 million, but really I say there's no cap. We have other partners that we work with. We're a very simple process from 0 to up to 400,000. It can be app only. Of course, they have to have comparable credit, but if they don't, it's pretty easy process. I'm going to tell you for a lot of this stuff. We'll go 12 to 36 months. Typically on this, we're seeing 36, 39 months. And again, I'm going to show you the tool for that. We do a wide range of credits, A, B, and C. If I can't get it done, I have a whole desk that I work with of people that sometimes we have to, instead of maybe whatever price you quote it, we can go up a little, or you can take a little off to get it done. The biggest things I tell people is time and business. That's the first thing. Sometimes we have places for startups, but really you want to make sure that business is in business for 24 months under that ownership. So maybe the business has been around for 40 years, someone bought it new. Maybe they own multiple businesses, we just have to check. But I would say typically when you're going out and feeling confident, you want to make sure that business has been in around for 24 months. Um, and then the next part is, do we need a personal guarantee? Do we not? And that just really depends. So first, I'll talk a little bit about our corp only transactions. Those are businesses who have been around for 5 years or longer. Again, we can be app only. They have 15 plus employees. So it's not necessarily your smallest mom and pop shops, right? And some diversified ownership. There's some ways around that if someone really doesn't want to, but that 5 years, I will tell you, is going to be the key, the first driver. I always say, you can run stuff by me. I'm here to help. I'm truly your partner. I become part of your sales team. I'm here to really get you guys a deal faster, whether they end up paying you outright or you decide to use us. I'm here to help you. What we're looking at, just so you guys understand, on a business credit profile, we're looking at Duns and Bradstreet. We're looking at something called PayNet. So that's people like me who report into that. It shows all their different types of transactions. And if they don't have those, then we definitely need the owner, right? And we require 51% ownership. So if it's multi-owner and they're 50-50, we need both of them. Um, if
Hey,
if one,
Bridget, sorry,
yeah.
real quick. Do you mind
Yeah.
closing so the red box there we can see it's covering
Oh,
up some of the yeah.
oh, sorry. Yeah, I can't see
Sorry.
that because I had it as
No,
three.
perfect. I didn't
Um,
think so. Perfect.
can
Thank
you,
you.
is this better?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
That works.
Sorry. Yeah. So, I always tell people, like, at the end of the day, if you have questions or not sure, I'm here to help you and support you through that. Okay. Again, I'm your dedicated relationship manager for this. We can do website integrations. We can customize it to your logo. You can see everything on a portal. Your customers all have a portal. Really, that co-branding becomes really part of us. And people ask, like, why do you want a co-brand? Why do you want that? Is because you're a partnership. Remember, you're also a small business, most likely. And so therefore, we do your underwriting, we handle your monthly billing and collecting. It allows you to offer your clients the lowest price without having to take that on. And we have big programs. We are in this space. We know it very well. We underwrite the motive program. We underwrite your competitors. We are really agnostic, is what I tell people. Publisher agnostic when it comes to software, but why you want to work with us is because we understand the space. So you kind of have, each of you would have an opportunity when we're setting up your program as how you want to do it. There's an installment payment agreement, and then there's also rental contracts. The nice part is we bundle everything together, right? So it's equipment, software, training, installation, harnesses, taxes, everything in there. If we're doing a rental, typically you want control of that asset at the end. You want that piece of asset back. Not as popular. Some people do want that, so we have done that. What we typically do is as a service, right? So we use what we call an installment payment agreement, an IPA. It's for a monthly payment for the term of the contract. And that's really software because our hardware is not really much here, right? And so it's that $23 or $40 that we're getting month over month. And so we bundle it together and I help you figure out how to do that. Oops. As I said, we work with all the major players in this space. I've spent a lot of time in the software space in the last 8 years, and I've gone out and interviewed clients who have software for their ERP and they're not given a monthly payment option, but then I see they have, another contract with us that I know they sell month payments over. And the thing is, you want to make sure that you're not breaking everything out for your client. So, what you probably have done if you aren't offering a bundled monthly payment solution is you're offering your client what their platform fee or MRC or software, whatever you want to call that monthly reoccurring fee. And then you're telling them what the hardware is. And if you're going to start presenting solution as a payment, you got to get away from breaking it down. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, because clients want to pick apart. They want that product for a little bit cheaper. The reality is they don't really want to pay that way, but that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to break you down. And when you keep it as one payment, it really shows you. So how can you offer them a monthly payment on a 36-month subscription, but also a cash payment? You simply just take that price per unit, you times it by the total units, and now you have what that cash price is. And I'm going to show you what that looks like here. And if you want to offer them a discount, what you would net be paid, it might be 10 to 13% below that. But now you can tell them a payment. So, hey, Mr. Customer, you want to pay cash? You're going to pay cash for the full amount plus the 3 years up front. You're not going to go month to month anymore. So here's some examples, and I'm going to click in here. You guys can probably, can you still see this, Chris? Hold on, I can't see you guys, so. Okay.
Yep.
So, okay, cool. So as we know, and I'm going to show you this kind of first, is Jungo's pricing, base pricing is $13 here, and you have $200 in hardware. So the base price to your client, most people, we're going to talk about 36 months here. So before you add any of your profits or anything to your deal, you're at $21.40 to the client. Okay. And when you think about this, is what happens is, let's say you can sell this. And again, this is where you're going to have different, everyone can do what they want, but you can go out and sell this for $40. Okay. So you want to make $250 on the hardware. Okay. You simply just put in piece of hardware. It's a one-time fee, $250 a unit. And now we're at $23. Okay. So I know I can go all the way up to, like I said, you want to be around $40 to the client. So maybe you're going to add, I don't know. I forget what I did exactly before. 19. Okay. Nope. I can go to 29. Well, I'm at 41.46. So how do you kind of figure out where you need to be? Basically, again, you can simply just change it. Maybe you have some extra one-time fees you need to add in there, things. And again, maybe you're okay at being at 40.30, but really you want to be below that 40.30. You can simply just start changing it around. And now at $27.70, I'm at $39.96 to the client. That's per unit. And now this client, again, remember, we said we need a minimum. This contract value down here is the payment times the term times the number of units. I need a minimum of $5,000 in order to be able to do this for you. So you can see I need to have four units. Again, if you're at 3, maybe instead you're going to have to go to, I don't know, 350. I mean, you can play around until you could get there. These guys with smaller fleets, they don't have a lot of options. So there are ways, but we're going to stick back to our 250. We're going to say this is a 10-unit deal. Okay. Again, my contract value, this is what the client's going to ask you. And I think I told you this before, is if you want to give them a cash price, if you take this 14,385.60, and again, I can go over this with you, but I'm going to try to show you something. Obviously, we said that's 10 units. So that price per unit is $1,438.56. Now you start selling it to them, that's their cash price. Again, that's the gross amount. You would make a whole lot more money than if that's just the $39.96 times 36 months. But what we're really paying you is what this is, the $27.70 times by 36 plus times by 10 plus the 250 times 10. So sorry, now my math, it's not going to follow through. Oops. See, it doesn't let me. The 12,472. So now that's how you're really getting it. But if you can technically get that from them of this unit price, my cash price is list price is $1,438.56. Mr. Customer, I can give it to you for $1,247. Now you can decide how much you want to give them off if you want to collect cash. So that's the difference. Either it's $39.96 a month per unit, or you're going to charge them $1,247 up front. Let them make the choice. But once you start breaking it down to $250, $27.70 here, they're going to try to change it, and they're going to try to negotiate stronger, negotiate off that final price. So this tool is very helpful. What happens here is you come in here and you can create it so that for this client, you know, okay, I'm going to have $39.96. They're getting 10 units. They've agreed to it. How do we apply for it? It's very simple. You would select whatever term. Just click apply now. You have two different options. One option, it says 10 units at 39. Again, this is for Jungo. Jungo, I give them a lot of credit. They really have come to us to create and collaborate to help you guys. They negotiated rates for you guys, which is awesome. You're getting some great rates and stuff from the program, versus just you coming as a one-man shop. And so you would technically have a calculator, and your business name is going to go down here, so it's already registered. You can simply take this, copy it, and I'll explain how to do this and stuff, and put this in an email so that your client would have this and they can complete it. Some clients want to get stuff in. You can also put the information in, and it goes into our system. Or if you click here, we also have a paper application. Again, we can do some co-branding. So your logo's up here. You could have one. And we would want some of this filled in, and how to do that I can kind of explain. We only require, I'm going to go here. This is not on that one. Anything that is technically in red is what we require. So if you're interested in working with us, what we would do is we would set you up in our system, and I would provide you with these forms and everything that is, again, customized specifically to your dealer or your name, your vendor, and everything. Something Chris and I talked about, and I want to come back here to this screen. If you sold 10 units a month at this pricing, is something I like to show people, is you're going to get $12,472.32. You have to pay out Jungo, right? So let's call it, you're going to pay $13 back to Jungo. Maybe if they pay you up front, I think they're trying to see that if they can get you a discount. So let's call that 5% in all your money. If you do that, so it, I basically had done the math. If you did 3 deals for 10 units a month for 12 months, I could put an extra $216,000 into your business today. And if you're a salesperson and not necessarily a owner on here, I don't know how you get paid, but that's bringing a whole lot of money into the business right now. So this really allows you to cash flow and get money into your organization without the risk, without billing and collecting the customer, and with offering them what they're getting offered from your competitors anyways, a monthly payment in a bundled monthly payment. It's just about how we go to market with that, and we have to go to market in a different way than we had in the past. And so we go to market at our contract value, and this does all the math for you in the background. You simply just have to add it in. Again, I'm here to help you and support you, but this is something you can do on your own once you get it through your first couple deals. I'm gonna stop sharing, but I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right. So I'll go ahead and while we're looking for some questions on this, but if you don't have questions now and some come up later, please feel free to reach out to either myself or Bridget. I want to thank you, Bridget, for taking the time to be on this and just work through it and explain the value of this partnership. I think it's fantastic. I think it gives us, as a team, our resellers a clear advantage, as well as being able to not, take the risk and the burden. And then have that money up front. And again, our philosophy from our CTO, slash chairman Ophir is we're just trying to drive the value of this, as well as drive the costs down. We're committed to sharing any discounts, any reprieve we get from whether that's we order 50 pallets and we start getting discounts on unit discounts, that goes to you directly. And so, Ascentium is part of that value prop, part of, us trying to really bring value and consistency and a low cost, but high powered solution, in your hands. And so, yeah, appreciate you all attending. Let's see. I don't think we have any questions right now. I think everything was pretty straightforward, which means Bridget, you did a fantastic job. There are some fringe cases and some fringe questions that will come up. And again, this is a partnership between your business and Ascentium as well. And so Bridget's available. Feel free to ask questions. And again, if you need that information, then we can provide that for you as well. So yeah, I appreciate everybody's time. It looks like we'll give you a little bit of time back. We just wanted to be concise. So take a look, all of you who has access. First and foremost, take a look at the new live map, play with it. It's fantastic. Give us some feedback. We know we're not perfect, but we love the feedback. Secondly, use Ascentium. There's no reason not to. Gives you a competitive advantage, and now you can compete head to head with Samsara and even have lower costs and a better solution. So again, thank you, Bridget, for putting this together. I know it's taken months of collaboration to get it right, but now we've got it right for our resellers, and we've made everything turnkey for them. So, all right. So no questions. We'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you all for being here. And again, check our YouTube channel for this video if you want to refer back to it, as well as the previous webinars that we've done that are more of an overview of the solution. Feel free to view those on our YouTube channel. Again, thank you all for attending, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody.